is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k dirtbags. We're doing a video for you guys on the first ever Games Workshop US GT Open, which Chima, congratulations, you won the US Open for the first time with Chaos Space Marines. Now, you've been running this list for a while. Not this list, but a Cursed Cultist, which I've been on board since 10th edition dropped. Once I saw these guys' rules, I was like, these guys are better than Possessed when they were in 9th edition. So this whole video is going to be dedicated to going over the list, going over tactics, and kind of what really has been working for him, and also what I would kind of change a little bit if you're kind of more of the casual type, just playing to be, you know, friendly game. This isn't really a friendly list, but if you want to get in a competitive scene, there's some things that might make it easier for you, which I'm going to be suggesting. So if you guys are new to the channel, definitely hit subscribe, do a little YouTube shit. We are getting a new microphone. That's why we have to use our temporary wireless microphone right now. So I apologize for the quality of the microphone, but that's going to be coming up in 2 days. I didn't want to wait 2 days to make the video. So all these videos come out to Patreons first, just so you guys get to view it a week or two before it drops on YouTube. We're doing live games now every Monday night on Patreon, which we're trying to get set up for you every single week, as well as RTTs, which we play in, which we got ranked #1 Chaos Space Marine player couple months this year in 10th edition, and we were #1 Grey Knights last year in the world for, you know, ITC rankings. So you will see a lot of good battle reports on this channel. If you guys want to get better at 10th edition in general, head over to Patreon because we do a lot of coaching over there with me and the dirtbags, and head over to Discord because there's a lot of different guides that help each other out, making lists, content, all that fun stuff. So appreciate, you know, clicking on the video and you know, joining the dirtbags. So this video, let's get into the list. Just so you guys can kind of see really what this guy is honestly doing. So he made it to the top 3 or 4, I believe, at the London Open, which is also one of the biggest events in the entire world. But this is basically the biggest one that they started in America, and he happened to win it. So congratulations again. So let's go over the list. 3 Chaos Lords. Now, in 10th edition, Chaos Lords are very, very, very good. They're 75 points. They get a free, basically, battle tactic strat. And for us, it's either an armored contempt strat for 2 CP, which they get to do for free, or you get the full rerolls if you're undivided, which is just a very, very good stratagem. You can do it for a free reroll. That is also a battle tactic. So if somebody else does full rerolls for undivided, that Lord can also do it as well, even though somebody else already did it. That's what makes it so good to combo it. So let's say a Lord unit with Chosen charge in, then another unit of Lord with a Chosen unit charges in. This unit spends 1 CP to do the full rerolls, and then this unit does it for free. So basically you have 2 of the same strat going off the exact same turn for 1 CP, which is one of the most broken strats we have in Chaos Space Marines. So it's very, very good with how it kind of pairs out. But also with the Chaos Lord, you get a full... you get once per game, +1 strength, +1 AP, +1 attack, and +1 damage with his Demon Hammer, and he's devastating wounds. So an undivided devastating wound Demon Hammer with 3 damage, AP 3 coming into you is going to hurt a lot, especially with full rerolls to hit and wound exploding on 6s. It's just bonkers how much damage this guy can deal out in one single combat round, and he's got fucking 3 of them for 75 points each. So he's the guy with Lord of 3, honestly. 3 Dark Communes. Obviously, they're going to get paired up with 3 Cursed Cultists. That's basically what I've been running since 10th edition came out with Chaos Space Marines. 3 Cursed Cultists is just so many bodies to chew through because they get to make guys every single command phase, not just their command phase, but your command phase as well, which they're OBSEC 2. So there's a whole thing. They're just so hard to deal with, honestly. If you don't have 80 plus shots going into them in a turn, they're going to be really hard to kind of chew through. So he has one of them, which is Nurgle, which is what I started doing as well, and 2 undivided. Nurgle gives that one a opportunity to not be shot at outside 12 inches. So that's going to be your main one that's going to be in the center of the board, kind of just towing an objective and hoping people, you know, kind of come out and try and charge them. So that way, if you kill 1 or 2 off the objective, they can just make more on the objective. Or he spends 1 CP to not be shot at by the entire army on the other side of the table. So that one is going to be the one that's going to be more aggressive to kind of walk out in the center of the zone and not be shot at because of that nodal strat. 1 CP, not shot at outside 12 inches. So that's why he has one of those. The other two are basically on the flanks or basically doing secondaries or kind of rapid ingress. I use one of mine to rapid ingress almost every single game because it's really hard to kind of put all 3 units on the table at one time and kind of control where the hell they're going. But if you have one that's in reserves, they can rapid ingress with 1 CP, come on any really table edge outside of their deployment zone turn 2, and then on turn 3 they can come inside the deployment zone. But as long as you're 9 inches away, you rapid ingress, and then on your turn you can advance and charge and just kill whatever the hell they touch. So the third Dark Commune for myself, I rapid ingress them almost every single game, and that's basically how it's been working. He runs fixed secondaries, and why he runs fixed secondaries is because with cleanse, you can actually cleanse 2 objectives with 1 unit. And with the Dark Communes, they all have a pistol in the unit, so you can actually be in combat and still be able to cleanse on 2 objectives and still be able to fight if you're in combat with an enemy unit. So that's what makes it so good, is even just having 1 pistol, you're able to kind of do a cleanse every single turn and max out your primary or your secondary score with one of the secondaries you have. So that's why the Dark Commune's in there. They give once per game advance and charge for free, and +1 hit, +1 wound, which is insane on a strength 5, AP1, 2 damage, 6d6 +12 attacks on the big Curse Torments, the big Curse Cultist Torment guys. They just hit so fucking hard. So that's why you bring the 3 Dark Communes, and they give a 5-up invul and save because the leader is alive. So there's so much to go over. I have a whole video just based off going over like a list that I've been running with that. But it's just insane. Dark Commune is almost a must. Even if you bring 1 Curse Cultist unit, just bring 1 Dark Commune, and you'll notice that they just don't die. So it's a very good unit. So battle line is the Legionnaires. So they are a very cheap, quick, hard-hitting unit. Surprisingly, they're actually better than most people think. You bring them in Slaanesh because they can advance and charge, and they can basically fall back, advance and charge, or shoot with 1 CP. They all have chainswords and 2 heavy weapons each. So they hit pretty fucking hard. It's AP2, 2 damage, and all the other guys are AP1. But what they get is they can Dark Pact, so if they're Slaanesh, they explode on 5s. And if they're on an objective, like if the opponent is on an objective, and you charge in, you get full rerolls to wound. So first off, you hit on 3s, exploding on 5s with a ton of dice, and then wounding on, let's say, 3s to 4s with full rerolls to wound on every single one of these squads. It is really good on how hard these guys actually hit, and they're cheap. I think they're 90 points per squad of 5 that can do everything that I just said. So very good battle line units, and obviously in a squad of 3 as well. So we have 3 Chaos Lords, 3 Dark Commune, 3 Legionnaires. Let's go into our 3 Chosen. So the 3 Chosen, you can either make 3 little guys every single turn, or you can make 1 big guy, depending on the situation that you're running into. You can also use the Dark Commune to die before your Accursed Cultist as well. Let's say there's a big Melta shot coming in. Instead of killing the 1 Accursed Cultist guy, you can kill one of the Dark Commune guys because they're a part of the unit. So they're not a character. There's only 1 character in the unit that you can't put wounds on, but you can still put wounds on the guys in the unit instead of killing the Accursed Cultist. So technically the Accursed Cultist unit have an extra 4 regular guys that they can put wounds onto for anything that's coming in that's damage 2 or higher. Usually damage 3 you're going to be putting onto the little guys, and then damage 1 to 2 you're going to be putting on the big guys. Just because they have Feel No Pain 6+, you can roll 6, and then they would only take 0 to 1 wound on the big guys. And then depending on how many you have dead, let's say I have 2 little guys dead, then the next attack is probably going to be another little guy, just because in the next command phase you can make 3 little guys. So if I have 1 little guy, 1 big guy, obviously I'm going to bring back the big guy because that's way more wounds and he hits a lot harder. If I have 3 little guys and 1 big guy, I may bring back 3 little guys because it's more wounds I can take next turn with the shooting, as well it gives me more OBSEC on a point. So with each guy coming back, it's 2 OBSEC per guy. So you put them all 3 on an objective, you just now gain 6 of OBSEC with a command phase. Like it's it's crazy how many times you could just steal objectives in the command phase, which is just nuts. So that's why the Curse Cultists are so good. And it helps out with fixed secondaries, because when you make it in the command phase, you could basically just do, all right, I'm going to do cleanse again, because now I control the point. Good luck trying to kill all these guys. This list, he has 1 Forge Fiend, which 3 obviously ectoplasm cannons, and I'm not sure if he's running Nurgle or Undivided. Probably Undivided, honestly, just because he doesn't have any rerolls. So if he runs 3 ectoplasms Undivided, he gets to spend 1 CP in the shooting phase instead of the assault phase, because these guys are for the assault phase. But in the shooting phase, he gets full rerolls to hit, full rerolls to wound with a devastating wound ectoplasm cannon. This thing is made to kill Terminators. It's strength 10, AP 3, 3 damage, and blast on each one of its weapons. So it's 3 weapons blast. So let's say he gets 3d3 shots. Let's say he rolls a 7, and then he gets 2, 4, 6 extra shots. So he's rolling 13 dice, exploding on 6s with full rerolls to hit. Then he's wounding on 2s with full rerolls to wound, which he's just going to wound all of them again to fish for 6s, which then does devastating wounds. So surprisingly, it kills vehicles pretty easily, and Terminators, they just melt with how many blast shots he gets with his Forge Fiend. So that's the Forge Fiend, is super deadly. Usually I put mine in reserve so that we can walk on and get angle on whatever you really want to kill. And then 1 unit of 3 Nurglings, which are very good in just 10th edition alone, 35 points. It does -1 to hit in combat within 6 inches. So if you have these guys kind of sprinkled in between your Cursed Cultists, they're kind of really hard to kill even more, because now they're -1 to hit in combat. But usually you can have this guy kind of just do actions for you. So you can use them to start infiltrate on the table, so that way they block out other infiltrators, or they block out pregame move on the other side of the table. So if they don't have any infiltrators, you can set them up last. If they don't have any infiltrators or pregame moves, you don't have to set them up on the table. You can kind of keep them in deep strike. So really, it depends on what secondary you're taking and how you're going to be playing them. For me, I usually run 2 units, so that way I can be more aggressive with them, or keep 1 in deep strike and put one on the board. So I'll tell you how I changed up this list a little bit. And then finally, he brings 3 dedicated transports. So the dedicated transports are going to be carrying all of these Legionnaires, Chosen, and which we didn't go over the Chosen yet. Shit. So three Lords, three Legionnaires, and 3 Chosen all combined together, because the Rhino can hold 12 models. So they're all in the little boxes, so that way they're protected. All the dedicated transports are obviously going to be Nurgle, because they get can't be shot at outside 12 inches. So if you're trying to shoot this Rhino to blow it up, you're not going to be able to unless you're within 12 inches. And at that point, I don't care if you blow it up, because then I can just get out and charge you next turn anyway. But most of the time, anything that's going to blow it up is going to be hard hitting with guns, and usually don't want to get into combat. So they're going to try and stay outside of 12 inches away from you to shoot you, and then you just save that 1 CP for the Nurgle strat, and then boom, now your Rhino can't be shot. They're pretty easy to hide, especially if you kind of deploy them all, behind the ruins, and then you just kind of move up 12 inches or advance 12 inches. The guys inside the Rhino, all of them can advance and charge out of the Rhino. The Legionnaires can advance for 1 CP and charge, and then the Chosen just get it automatically. So let's go over the Chosen real quick. Chosen each has a Plasma Pistol and Power Fist on the leader. Then they all have a cursed weapons, which are Strength 5, AP2, 1 damage, and then 2 combi weapons in the unit as well. So you have a Plasma Pistol and 2 combi weapons, which the Rhinos also have a combi weapon. So since it's Open Hatch 2, you can shoot 2 of the combi weapons, as well as the combi weapons the Rhino has equipped, and the Rhino's Nurgle. So if the Rhino does a Dark Pact, it's exploding on 5s with combi weapons. So basically you have 6 shots exploding on 5s with a combi weapon, which then does mortal wounds on a 4+ against infantry. Times 3. So these Rhinos moving up as a little unit, just moving up, you get 6, 12, 18 combi shots coming in, all exploding on 5s, and wounding on 4s against infantry that are all devastating wounds. It is kind of disgusting how much output this little Rhino can have, not including the Havoc Launcher, not including the Storm Bolter on top of it as well. So all exploding on 5s. It's a little tank, 75-point tank that can't be shot outside 12 inches and deliver these insanely hard-hitting units at the same time. So the Chosen have built-in advance and charge, and shoot as well. So they can advance, shoot, and charge. They're really good at doing actions or secondaries because they can advance out and do an action. And it gives the Lord the opportunity to advance and charge as well. So the Lord paired up with the Chosen unit, they get full rerolls to hit and wound for free or 1 CP. And then they can charge in or advance and charge for free. So they get 9 inches out of the Rhino, and then D6 for the advance, so up to 15 inches out of the Rhino. And then they can charge right after that as well, with, again, the hard-hitting Chosen unit and the hard-hitting Lord attached to them as well. So it's just a super scary combo. They're cheap for everything that they can do. So that is his list, guys. 3 Rhinos with 3 Legionnaires and 3 Chosen and a Lord in each one of them. He's got 3 units of Dark Commune attached to 3 Accursed Cultist units. So it's just a ton of bodies and a ton of fast units that can do secondaries and get to the opponent very, very quickly. So not only do you have to fear for the Accursed Cultist getting to you, but the Chosen and Legionnaires charging out of the Rhino at the same time. Oh, and by the way, he has a Forge Fiend creeping around, just waiting for a tank or 10 Terminators to pop their head out and just blow it off the board. So that's his list. Very, very good. If you guys want to invest into this, I definitely think this is going to be nerfed sometime soon. Who knows how long? If you guys are watching this video, it's already nerfed. Obviously, I did this before the nerf. But I think the Lord is definitely going to go up. I think the Chosen is definitely going to go up. And I think the Accursed Cultists are going to go up in points. Not sure how much. What already went up was the Forge Fiend. The Chosen went down in points. And everything else basically stayed the same. So, kind of crazy. Now, what I changed differently, I ran 2 videos of this. I did one against Death Watch, which you can watch up on the channel, and the other one was against World Eaters, against our boy Nolan. So they both performed very, very well with my change. So you can do it this way. You can do it the way I changed it, and the way I changed it was I did 2 Legionnaires. So I took out 1 5-man Legionnaires for 90 points. That gave us enough points for a 10-man Cultist unit with Nurgle, as well as another Nurgling. So we have 2 units of Nurglings. Again, 1 to either set up on the table, 1 to come in with a Deep Strike, having 2 set up on the table, or having 1 in the corner and 1 Deep Strike. Gives you more flexibility of actually using them for tactical secondaries or just secondaries in general, turn 1 secondaries, whatever it may be. But it's 2 Nurgling units and a regular Cultist unit to block out the backfield, block out Deep Strikes, have sticky objectives, just be another unit to be in the back, so that way you don't have to camp on the objective with one of these units. You can kind of put a Cultist on their turn 1, make it sticky, and then walk off if they don't have any Deep Strike or anything in reserves. You can have them be more aggressive and kind of run out and do more actions. So you don't have to have your backfield camped the whole game. You can kind of just make it sticky and then walk around or spread out a little bit more to block out the backfield with them. So it's 10 bodies that are blocking out the backfield, pretty big, and making objectives sticky. So that's why I always like running at least 1 unit of Cultists in our Chaos Space Marine list. So that's the only change I made with this list. Again, everything I've made is painted, so it's pretty cool. It's all WYSIWYG as well. So I have all of this ready to go. It's a big investment, especially with the Accursed Cultist. You're buying 6 boxes of Accursed Cultist and 3 boxes of Dark Commune. It's a very expensive list, and I would kind of hold off. I would probably buy 1 unit of Dark Commune, 1 unit of Accursed Cultist, like a full man unit, because that is going to be good in every single list coming up. Hopefully, they're not too expensive, but even just 1 unit of them in your list every single time is going to be very hard to move. 2 Accursed Cultists with 2 Dark Commune is going to be even better, but 3 then is just a specific type of list that you just want to be super annoying and really hard to deal with. I can't wait to run. Sorry about the dog. So I can't wait to run a mirror match. Accursed Cultist versus Accursed Cultist. Who the hell is going to win that? Leave in the comment below who would win Accursed Cultist versus Accursed Cultist. I ran Abaddon for a very long time. He did as well, but he was running solo Abaddon. I'm running Abaddon with Legionnaires. I'm running Seekers. I'm running Bikes. I'm running Sile. And 3 units of Nurglings with 2 Forge Fiends. Now, what I get rid of for all that is the Rhinos, the Chosen, and the Legionnaires. I only have 1 Legionnaire, so basically I get rid of the Lords, basically it's a completely different list. It's still 3 Curse Cultists, but it has Abaddon in there for the 4-up Invuln save, and then a whole bunch of secondary units if you want to do tactical or fixed. It works both ways. But bunch of different ways to run Chaos Space Marine, which is what makes them so versatile and so scary, because there's so many good units in the codex. It's one of the most balanced codex, but also one of the most strongest codex, because everything can be run differently. Every list that you see at tournaments usually are different. It's not the same list like Aeldari, where it's just Wraith Guard, Wraith Knight, and then the characters. Like it's every single list can be different and play differently, which is what makes Chaos so fun to play. That's why I play it. That's why Mike play it. That's why a lot of people at the RTTs play it. But leave in the comments below what you like the most about Chaos Space Marines and what you think is going to be touched in the next update, probably before LVO. So if you guys are going to LVO, definitely come out and say hi to me. If you guys are dirtbags, come up, say, hey, I'm a dirtbag. I'll give you a limited edition dirtbag dice. Yeah, it's going to be super fun. I'm going to be running something like this at LVO. I ran it way before we knew it was cool. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks to all my Patreons. If you guys want to join the Patreon, head over to the Patreon page. We do coaching, $10 a month, $25 a month if you want specific lists played on the channel live. That way I can test them out for you guys. That's the Grandmaster. And if you guys just want to support us at the Dirtbags, it's $1 a month or $5 a month for the Justicar. You get a little thing on Discord, so that way people know that you support the channel and you're a Patreon Dirtbag. So guys, appreciate it. Good luck. If you guys want to see these videos first, head over to Patreon. They get posted first a week or 2 beforehand. And we'll see you in another video soon. What's up, gents? Welcome to the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. This is going to be support to the Dirtbag Nation, just to give you a little insight on what we're trying to do and trying to grow into. We're trying to grow a brand name of the Dirtbag Nation, 40k Dirtbags, going all over the country and coaching people to get better at the game of 40k. We have really good coaching over at the Dirtbag Nation. Myself is ranked #1 for Grey Knights in the world last year in 9th edition. This year, we're currently ranked #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world on ITC 40k rankings. So we have a lot of experience over at the channel, and a lot of the coaches are going to start joining in and joining the Dirtbag Nation to help you guys get better at 40k. If you guys are new to the Patreon page, we have a couple different tiers. The first tier is the $1 tier. That's basically just coming over, supporting us for $1 a month. You get first access to the Dirtbag videos up on Patreon. The next tier is a $5 tier. Basically, you get first access as well as just have a little bit more branding with the Patreon Discord page. And you want to support us a little bit more than $1 a month. I really appreciate both you guys. The $10 tier is a competitive Dirtbag page. That's where we get more into the tactics, one-on-one coaching on the Discord. And if you guys have any questions, comments, list ideas, tactics, or game questions, you guys get to message us one-on-one through Discord. Make sure you take advantage of that, because it's completely up to you to ask me any questions you possibly need in the 40k community. Finally, we have the Grandmaster Dirtbag. That Dirtbag is above and beyond. They come out and they basically want us to coach them one-on-one with calls on via Discord, TTS games, battle reports, or any tactical videos that you guys want suggestions to. You guys will get first access to, and we actually play live games for you guys, or go over battle reports for our Grandmasters. Anything armies that you want to see specifically on the tabletop, that's the Grandmaster Dirtbag page. So it's just an explanation on what the different tiers are for Patreon. But again, thank you so much for the support. If you guys are thinking about it, you do have really good coaching. We drink beers, we have fun, we just kind of chill out and teach you guys how to have fun at 40k, unlike some other people on YouTube. But have fun at 40k, be good, win some games, more than you're averagely winning over there all over the world. And if you guys really just want to support the channel, we have our $1 and $5 a month as well. There's all the stickers and dice available to you guys at a discount, and you have your own Patreon tab in Discord that nobody else has access to besides you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. We're going to grow Dirtbag Nation as much as we possibly can in 2024 and get it all thanks to you guys. Appreciate it.